Today we will be testing the TMF indicator. But before we do, if you have not watched the first video on the channel and all the videos after that, you need to go do that now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. There is also a link down below to sign up for Tradingview. You can save a little bit of money if you use the link below to sign up for your account. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Lastly, if you would like a list of all the indicators we have tested along with their win rates, but you aren't interested in watching all the videos on the channel, you can sign up for our $9 Patreon, and you will receive the complete list of indicators. We also would like to introduce our Patreon exclusive Discord channel. As a $9 Patreon, you will be invited to join an exclusive Discord channel where we will give you a list of winning indicators and links for the MT platform, give you winning strategies, post trade ideas, give advanced advice, and much more. So click the link below to join our Patreon. Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the TMF indicator. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested a total of 51 different strategies, with 13 of them being profitable. We have also tested a total of 622 indicators, with 254 of them being winners. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. So go back and watch those videos and see what you can get out of those winning indicators. And keep in mind that we test most of these strategies and indicators on the Forex market, but they can be applied to just about any market universally. Alright, so today's indicator is the TMF indicator. So basically this is a money flow indicator essentially, and you can see it here on the bottom of the screen. And so we have these bars to the downside, these bars to the upside. We have some in red, some in green, and some in yellow. We have this upper green line here and this lower red line here. Now, typically what we would do is something where we would treat this almost like an RSI, where we would use this upper line and lower line here. Look for bars to get up into that area to indicate either an overbought or an oversold type situation. But in this particular case, I thought maybe we should switch it up just a little bit. I think we've tested maybe a couple money flow indicators like this before, like the traditional way, which we might do that as well on the next video. We'll see how this one goes. But I think what we're going to do is we are going to look for the green bars and the red bars to be a sign of strength to the upside or a sign of strength to the downside. And so what we're going to look for is a green bar that is going to be a signal to then go long, or a red bar is going to be a signal to then go short. So like I said, that's what we're going to look for. That's how we're going to test it. Let's go ahead and get on with the testing and see what we can get out of it using this style here. All right, so the first signal that we pick up is a short signal right here. We enter on that candle there, then we get this nice push to the downside here, which does come down and get us to our take profit. Let's go ahead and continue on. All right, so the second signal that we picked up was this one right here. It was a short signal again. This one, so we were in this trade right here, this short. We get that little bit of consolidation, then a push to the downside right here. And that one gets us to our take profit. Then we pick up another signal actually right here on this big bar. So on this bar, we would close this trade right here for a take profit. Then we would have entered into this one right here. Unfortunately, it wasn't able to hit our take profit. Got pretty close to it, but just not quite there. And so that one does get us stopped out as we get this push back to the upside right there. Then we get a short right here, a little push to the downside, enough to get us to our take profit. And then we pick up another short signal right here, another push to the downside, very similar to this one, enough to get us down here to our take profit once again. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and fast forward through the testing. That way things don't get too long, and we'll pick this up when we are at the end of the year. Alright, so that's going to put us at the end right there. Before we take a look at what this was able to achieve, now would be a good time to say that if you are interested in excelling your trading knowledge, I highly recommend that you join our Patreon only channel on our Discord server. You can find a link to our Patreon down below, as well as a link to our Discord. Once you sign up as a patron, it'll give you access to the Patreon only channel, where we post some really great advanced information about trading strategies, trading indicators, and trading philosophy in general. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you'll get access to the full list of indicators that we have tested. That comes in an Excel version and a PDF version, and you will get that full list of indicators showing exactly which indicators were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates. And you'll get access to an Excel sheet of all the strategies that we have tested that shows exactly which strategies were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates, and links to go back and review those individual strategies. And so there is a lot of benefits to becoming a patron of the channel, and it doesn't cost hardly anything at all. I highly recommend it. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at our indicator here. Get everything in focus. There and there. Let's count it out and see what we get out of this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So we have 13 trades all together, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. 9 winning trades. And so that is going to meet the 60% criteria that we're looking for. So you can see that this that using the indicator this way was relatively successful. Now, of course, we stayed in kind of a consistent downtrend this whole time, and so it wasn't an extremely well test, an extremely efficient test of when it switches direction. Now, I can tell you that it does take a while before it finally catches up to the overall trend. But the good part is once it does catch up to the overall trend, like you can see over here, then it does seem to continue to throw signals in the direction of the overall trend, allowing you to just keep riding out trades, kind of following that overall trend direction. And so that is nice. Now, unfortunately, you can see as we started to transition into a heavy kind of uptrend right here, we did start to snag a few losing trades. And so that would have to be something that would need to be dealt with if using this in some kind of a system. But as far as riding out the trend is your friend type scenario, then this way of using the indicator seemed to work really well. Instead of each time this dipped and popped into the yellow, that being considered the bottom of the downtrend and a start of an uptrend, which is what we would have used it, or how we would have used it the other way. And so I think this way is going to be more efficient for this particular style, instead of using these to call the bottoms of these of the overall downtrend, in my opinion. So All right, there you go. That's just one way. Again, thinking outside the box can be beneficial. Using an indicator in the way that it may not necessarily be meant to be used can be useful sometimes. So this one is going to go on the yes list, and we will move on to the next indicator from here.